The voltage across the cell without anything hooked up. We're at 1.3 with tap water in there. I've got some distilled on the way, and the reason I need distilled is I need to have a separation of charge from that cell there to the electrode that will be at the top of this rise tube. So I'll just show you what's going on here if I short that out. See that? I hope you saw it bounce to 1.2 and then drop and then start again. It's a curious behaviour. Let's see if we can get it again. There. I have seen cells do that over and over and over, but the more you try to measure it, the more it'll disappear. It's something I believe Joe Booker talked about when he talked about setting up a frequency in the metal, and I have actually transferred this behaviour of bouncing voltage to a piece of metal. Perhaps I'll show you that in a later video, but right now I'm working on getting this thing set up. Did you know that a TENS machine can be used to create a pulse train? That little blipping light there that you see going blip, 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 that's a pulse train of short, sharp spikes. They're about 30 volts peak to peak. It actually goes down to the floor, below the floor by about 8 volts, and goes above the floor by about 20 something. So yeah, it's a pretty good little cheap thing to, you know, get your pulse train if you want to do it a bit on the rough. Now I've had all sorts of trouble trying to make this video. I've hooked this up before and had the multimeter turn off as soon as I connected, so I won't do that again because I don't want to blow up my meter. So I'll hook the TENS machine up and just pause you there and I'll hook things up. Okay, so now the cell's just very, very gently coasting along. With that pulse train that's coming off that TENS machine. I'll show you that on the scope. So there's the pulse train, 10 volts per division. Let's go to 5. Lower that position a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 by 5, 25. And a little bit on the bottom, so maybe 27, 28 volts from peak to peak. It's not really peak to peak when you've got a floor like that, but anyway, so I just thought I'd show you that yeah, you can get a pulse train out of other things. You don't have to go and build fancy equipment. Let's have a closer look at one of those spikes. Okay, so that's that.